Yo, what it is, guys? So boy Roy Jay-Z. So we're back on the surround. So for today's video, we're gonna be cruising through the streets of Compton, California. But man, we're gonna give y'all brief history of Compton, California. A lot of people think it's bad. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of died down a little bit, but as of right now, boy, they've been going a little crazy. But yeah, this right here, this park right here is Looters Park. People really don't go to these parks like that. And this is Louis Burgers. If you want a burger, you feel me, come get you a burger, some chili cheese fries. But yeah, man, we're on Bullets and Rosecrans, so we finna go down by Walmart. But I'm gonna give you a brief history of like how the gangs in Compton really started. Like I guess a little brief history about it, you feel me, Bloods and Crips and all that other stuff. But before we get to the video, I would like to say I'm nowhere involved in any type of gang banging or any of that. I'm just a kid who like riding bikes, so I just wanted to put that in the beginning of the video so y'all see that. For me, I'm not trying to go in anybody's hood or any of that. I just wanted to, you know, say that before we get to this video. But yeah, man, it all started back in like 1965. That's when like the Watts riot really happened. But before we get to the Watts riot, you gotta know, it's a street called Alondra. Back then it was a visible barrier that blacks could not go past. Once you went out of Watts towards Linwood and Southgate, that's when all, I guess, hell broke loose. And if the cops see you,
we're in the right neighborhoods at the right time. And Alameda Boulevard was the white curtain in LA.
You didn't cross Alameda for no reason at all.
East of Alameda, these were white areas. Linwood, Southgate, we couldn't go there. You had cops that didn't want you there.
And blacks that deigned to cross the line were quickly put in place by police officers.
you was definitely gonna get assaulted. But yeah, man, that's that. Been, you know, and it's a build up since, like, it was just a build up, so people got tired of it. And one day in 1965, a guy got pulled over by the cops for a DUI, and they wrongfully, I guess, arrested him. So they got fed up with it, and the whole crowd came, and, you know, and a whole crowd of people came, watched the arrest, and they didn't like how they handled the person when they arrested him. So they took the guy to jail for DUI. They took his mama to jail too. Believe it or not, they took his mama and him to jail. So people like, all right, yeah, we done with these folk, the police officers. So what they did was they got a whole crowd. They broke up. They started a little riot, and they broke it up. They broke the riot up, but then they had a little meeting. They had a whole talk, and like they went to like they had a whole meeting. Then the younger generation, people my age, 18, 19, 20, 16, 17, got fed up and be like, man, we're not finna, I guess, get punked by the police like y'all used to in the day. Back in the day, they was telling their grandparents that. So what they did was, boy, they said, all right, we done with this, we fighting. So they went out there and riot, burned down and all that, burned down stuff. And that's how the Watts riot happened. Then after that, after like 1965, they sent, like a few months later, they started to rebuild their community and do groups called like the Black Panther and stuff like that. But you feel me? Still, well, it's cold blooded if you really think about it. What they did was they basically destroyed the black community. They basically took out all the head leaders of the Black Panther. They either killed them or took them to jail. And CIA had a whole like playbook of what they was gonna do. So basically they either put the leaders away for 100+ years or they killed them. So that's why the Black Panther fell. And, you know, Bloods and the Crips came. There wasn't no more leadership. You know, people started dividing themselves, and bam, the government plan worked. You feel me? Take out the black community. So that's where the Crips and Bloods started happening. I think the first set was a Crips set. Then I guess they got a little dispute. Then that's when the Blood crew started to, I guess, form up. But I'm not gonna get into like names of hoods and stuff like that, because that's not my place. But you know, that's just a brief little history of Compton and Watts a little bit. They did all that stuff. But yeah, we're gonna head over to Alondra, because that's where all that stuff happened. So we're gonna make our way to Alondra so y'all can see the street. And I might show a Google map image so y'all can see. It's basically Watts. 2 blocks down is Southgate and Linwood, and a little bit of Compton. So if you crossed over there, just know you gonna have to fight, or you going to jail, or you gonna get beat up that day. So like I said, they got tired of it. They killed the Black Panther community. Black people, I guess, hooked up in a bad way. That's where the Crips and Blood, but there wasn't really, they wasn't called gangs, they was crews. But then, you know, somehow people got theories of the CIA dropping guns and coke and all that other stuff off in the black community. We don't know how true that is, but it do kind of make sense a little bit. Cause how will we get that type of stuff? You feel me? People got heavy like ARs and all that stuff. You feel me? But you know, did I say Alondra? I meant to say Alameda. This is Alameda right here, and 2 more blocks down that would be Watts. But yeah, man, basically this is the visible line. This railroad, underground railroad, is the visible line. So you just if you was a black person in the 60s, you had to just know your place, and bam, you feel me? They got the old Mustang. But yeah, man, we're on Compton, we on a Alameda, and I don't know the cross streets, but yeah, man. And we might head, and we on Weber. But yeah, man, and there's a lot of stuff happening right now, and like, I'm not gonna lie, Compton and like California wasn't that bad, but once COVID hit, everything went downhill again. That's where people start robbing stuff. You wouldn't, because they didn't want a lot of people in prison, so guess, or jails, juvies, or wherever, so they let you go. So you do a little petty robbery, you're getting let loose. And that's like during the time of like Black Lives Matter protests, George Floyd, COVID-19 when it first hit, you feel me? So you can do whatever you want back then, but now you still could. They still, like, if you look at the news and type in this Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, a lot of people's getting robbed for their Rolexes and all that stuff. So like, you just gotta watch yourself, be on your P's and Q's out here. Del Sol over there. But yeah, man, that's just a little brief of Compton. I hope you like that little segment right there. You feel me? It took me hard lesson, you know, to learn that stuff, but I like watching like the gang documentaries and stuff, because like I live out here, so you gotta know, like for me, I gotta know where I'm riding my mini bike to and all that stuff. So we're on Willowbrook. We're gonna make a left. We're gonna get back towards Compton area that I really know, you feel me? We're on 124th and Willowbrook, so we're just gonna go down this way, you feel me? But yeah, man, that's just a little brief history of Compton, California, and how we was once, I guess, united as a black community, but now we really don't got that type of stuff out here no more. So that's a sad truth. I'm not gonna lie, if you would have still had that, we wouldn't, black community wouldn't get looked down as much as we do today, as of 2020, you know? A lot of people, a lot of races and stuff look down towards black people. Oh, they're on welfare and all that type of stuff, but I don't know. But you know, but like I'm gonna tell y'all this: if you live in California, Compton, anywhere in California, mind your business, bruh. If you live out here, this state of your stuff, you won't have no problems and you're good. But if you all loud and doing all up in everybody else's business, that's when you're gonna get problems. But you know, but California is not bad, like I said. But you know, you just gotta, I guess because I lived there my whole life and we know the streets a little bit, but it's a cool place to live at, you know. But we on a Saran, boy. I'm not gonna lie, I like this thing. I want that 72 volt battery, but I'm thinking about doing like the BAC and a battery bypass to save up to get the 20 volt battery, 22 volt battery, 38 amperage, some shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But it's a cool little Friday. You feel me? Just chilling on Saran. But all that information, you can download an app on your phone for free, Tubi, T-U-B-I, Tubi, and just type in Crips Bloods Made America. You feel me? And you can see that whole documentary. And I like how they do documentaries, like they take pictures and somebody testimony of them speaking, and they just turn it into, like, you can visualize it. Like, that's what I like watching documentaries and stuff. But yeah, man, but I will be putting cliplets in the video so y'all can see the facts of what I'm spitting. Looking at, we gonna pop a wheelie. Lemonade on trees. Oh, looking we on 88%. We went from 100 to 88% off of fresh charge. You feel me? Looking but yeah, man, while we over here, we gonna stop to our boy Votes. We gonna see. I need a clutch for my mini bike. He's here. Looking